She actually ended up getting pregnant by another guy at 30. That's a different story.
Now that's what they happen to be. Are we finna react to unavoidable male canon events?
Male canon events. First up, fumbling, a 10 out of 10. You know, I'm not gonna lie, this is one of the worst ones in my opinion.
And this one hurts the most, bruh. That one hurts the most. Because you had a chance, bruh.
Reason why we've all been through this. Wasn't that one girl that you thought you had in the bag? I mean, she was fine, beautiful, gorgeous. I mean, in your mind, she goes band for band with SZA, Lotto, and Ruby Rose. Like, you feel me? If for some wild reason you think you actually have a chance with that girl, and you try to get her, and you're doing good, and then randomly one day she just goes. And for the rest of that week, you're just contemplating, scrolling through your text, looking at what you could possibly have done wrong. Thinking maybe she forgot about the text, maybe you said a weird joke, or just something random. Just whatever your brain can imagine for her to actually ghost you, because of course it's not just you. Well, nigga, hate to break it to you, she likes a guy and it's not you. Game is game. And the worst part about it is that oftentimes the next week she ends up hard launching with her new man. And when you see him, it's somebody you don't even think is better than you. Well, brother, hate to break it to you, but he is. And then when they eventually break up, you're gonna be right back on her feet begging for her to take you back. But before that, you will go through the
that ain't me.
After every man goes through a heartbreak, they always hate the girl for a little bit. It's inevitable, bro. Every single bad thing that you've noticed and garnered about her in the past couple of years, it just kind of comes flowing back into your brain in one rushing, angry moment until it eventually boils over and you realize you don't really hate her. You're just sad that she's gone. But you still go through the phase, though. Then you get sad and you're a little bit depressed and you're wondering why it didn't work out. Maybe you'll never find love again. Maybe something else won't happen. I don't know. You just stress. But usually you end up doing all of this stressing late at night, which leads you to the third male canon event, 3 a.m. motivational.
Yeah, bro. It's 3 a.m. bro. That should be making me think I'm gonna become a new man, bro. Just for me to wake up the next morning to do the same shit over again, bro.
Speak for all of us, we've all been through. Whether it was a breakup or a heartbreak, or maybe you just realized you're a bum. You went through that.
I realized I was a bum.
At 3 a.m. in the morning, you was gonna change the world. You started doing push-ups, started watching David Goggins videos, and you're up all night feeling.
I was listening to Kobe, man.
You're finna rule the world. You're finna be the most swole, chiseled, drizzled, gizzled, diggled, fadiddled, top tier man that you can be. And then you wake up after you pass out on the floor from doing all of them push-ups. Look at your surroundings, realize your room is still dirty, and then eventually come to the realization that you'll never be that guy. But you know something else that can send you into this motivational arc? Canon event number 4, going bold. I promise you, every single person watching this video has gone through this phase, and most of the time it's because of your dad. Brother, I am gonna tell you right now, for the first 5 years of my life,
but I still remember it was somewhere 7th grade. Nigga, I was about to know it was somewhere 6th grade. I was about to have the hardest freeforms niggas ever seen. But then my parents was like, you gotta cut it down a little bit. I went to the barbershop. I cut it down a little bit. I look in the mirror, I'm like, this shit ass. I was like, just cut it all off, bro. And bro. And then when I got these dreads, I had to go to school. Cause I got it during like Christmas break. No, I got it a little bit before Christmas break. So I came to school with a hood on. But teachers wouldn't let niggas really wear hoods. So what I was doing, I had to but like before, when we was about to switch to our main class, I went to hide to the bathroom. But then the dean, I don't know how she knew I was in the bathroom. I could have been literally anywhere in that fucking building. But the dean came in the bathroom, said, Chase, come out the bathroom. So I came in the bathroom, told me to take out the hoodie off. I went to the class, my homeroom class, but it was a class in there. It was like a 6th, 7th grade class. I walked in the classroom with my hoodie off, with the tiny ass, weak ass dreads. Everybody looking and laughing at me. And then I walk in my original class with all my classmates, and I walk in slowly, and then I see one nigga look at me. Like, I saw, like, the whole class, they were doing their work. I'm walking in at the doorway slowly. And then I just see a nigga head start turning towards me. And I just see him just start crying and laughing. And after that, bro, the whole class started laughing at me, bro. Bro, that's one of the top 10 most worst feelings. If you never had a whole room just start laughing at you because you're ugly, like, or because of haircut, or like something, like, not because you said a joke, they're just laughing at you, bro. Like, that's one of the worst feelings ever. I just empty out. I just gotta play the video after that one.
To be completely butt naked, Michael.
What? Wait.
Has gone through this phase, and most of the time it's because of your dad. Brother, I am gonna tell you right now, for the first 5 years of my life, I had to be completely butt naked, Michael Jordan bald, because when my dad was 28, he stopped growing hair, and ever since that day, he decided that he didn't want me to grow hair either. And it was the most aggravating thing of my life, and I'm sure every single one of y'all went through that same thing. And the worst part about
I could grow my hair.
He allowed me to have hair. He only allowed my hair to get to a certain length, which is known as the bald phase, which most of us have gone through, especially black children. And the worst part about this is that back then, when I was growing up, the mohawk was very popular.
Oh my, Nick, see, bro, I had the mohawk, man. A mohawk, a little nigga cut. A lot of niggas today, like grown ass men, you can't pull off a mohawk. Only nigga I know, like, I pulled off a mohawk is James Harden. But that's really it though, like, oh, and LaMelo. But LaMelo, he was kind of the reason niggas even wanted mohawks. And OBJ, I guess.
Mohawk fade. Yeah. And everybody and their mother wanted a mohawk. And I wanted that so bad, but no, I couldn't get it.
I only had to get, bro, man, I had to get mohawks fucking only in the summer, bro. I remember that shit. Then I had to cut it off or get a fucking fade in the back. Man.
Quote, if you get a mohawk, you have to walk around naked everywhere because the Mohawk tribe did. Yeah, I don't know why that said that. That was some fucked up shit. But basically, he was just trying to get me to be bald like him. So, hey, yeah, I guess it kind of worked. For a little bit. Now we got these.
What the fuck?
Something else.
I thought my shit was lagging. I thought my shit was lagging.
But something else that dads often made us do was help them around the house. And one thing that I know for sure that we all went through was our dads getting mad at us when we didn't hand them their tools fast enough. My brother in Christ,
I ain't never got that one.
Almost lost my life. Heck, I thought I had AIDS at one point. But I have never been more scared in my life.
Wait, what?
Hand them their tools fast enough. My brother in Christ, I have almost been shot, almost lost my life. Heck, I thought I had AIDS at one point. But I have never been more scared in my life than when I used to help my dad do work around the crib. Because for some reason,
sometimes what I used to do, he'd tell me like sweep the kitchen. I'd be sweeping the kitchen, but then like I'd be fucking up apparently because he get mad and nigga just do it himself. So I'm like, I'm cool with that, because if you don't get mad at me for doing it, you might as well do it yourself. Because it works every time. It's like 100% success rate, bro. It works every time. He just start cleaning where I fuck up at.
Doing mechanical work around the house. And while they're actively doing this act of stupidity, most likely messing up the whole house, they decide to exert their frustrations on their kid that they told them to help. And my brother in Christ, I know every single person watching this video can relate. If you didn't hand your dad that tool as soon as he asked you to, or if you moved a tiny little bit when he asked you to shine the flashlight somewhere, the amount of
that's real. Okay, that's real.
Will exert onto your body be scarier than
not raised though.
Polar bear in the Arctic who hasn't eaten food.
Nah, that nigga dad just beat him.
I've experienced a lot of trauma from doing stuff like the amount of trauma I've gone through from just holding tools is probably equivalent to the slaves back in the olden times. But after this, as a kid, you know, you can get pretty traumatized, scared, but also angry from what your father did. So angry that...
Wait, I just realized that nigga Mike, this nigga got a... What the fuck is this called? Bro, come on, bro. That nigga got like 200,000 subs, bro. Do better.
Think about potentially fighting him. It would also be the worst mistake you ever made in your life, because he will beat your ass. Every single man in his life has thought about fighting his dad. I say fighting for a reason, because you will never beat him. I don't know what it is about fathers, but like they will never lose to their son. Period. Especially if it's Fist. Like you could be 6'5", 280. Matter of fact, you made John Jones call you his pappy, but as soon as you run into your 5'9" father, he will beat the living breaks out of you. And even though we all wanted to fight our father, we none of us have actually did it.
No, I never want to fight my dad.
Reality of that. I actually almost did it one time, and there's a reason why I said almost, because I realized very soon that I would get my ass clapped, and I love my life way too much to ever do that to myself. Once you realize that you can't possibly beat your father, you go from fight to flight. Which leads me to thing number 6, running away. Every man has thought about running away.
Yeah, nah, that's facts.
I cannot explain to you how many times I thought about running away.
I ran away from my...
The best part about it is I live in a 2-parent household, suburban home. I live in Nashville, Tennessee, a predominantly white city. I live in the suburbs of the suburbs. You will see white people.
When I get famous, I'm gonna tell that story. I'm gonna tell that story.
I live a good life. I had a good childhood. I even went to private school. But for some reason, whenever my mom pissed me off or my dad did something I didn't want to like, I always thought about getting a big ass stick, a little red piece of cloth, tying it together, and putting all of the important stuff in my life, like the PS4 in the sack, and walking right out. I feel like this is a canon event, not just for guys. I feel like it's everybody. We as men are the ones who are actually the closest to doing it. Because I'm not gonna lie, one time I literally started packing my bags because my mom pissed me off so much. And I was almost done doing it. I was so close.
Bro, I did it too.
How badly my mom would beat my ass if I actually
I packed a little shit up,
usually
but then I was like, man,
it's not.
I'm pretty good in here.
They will find you. But usually that type of stuff would happen when you get grounded. And something else you would do when you're grounded is thing number 7, reading a diary of Wimpy Kid.
Oh my god, it's like this. It's like we live the same life. Diary of Wimpy Kid. Diary of Wimpy Kid. Captain Underpants, nigga, dog man, motherfucking. That's all the books I read. I had a SpongeBob book once. Reading that shit. I don't read a lot of books, but reading Diary of Wimpy Kid, thinking of your actions that you could have did to not get in trouble. I ain't gonna lie. This might be a crazy. No, I'm not a crazy. Diary of Wimpy Kid might be the best kid book of all time.
Kid book.
Niggas,
we all did this, but we all read that.
Not go cap. Which one? The best one? The best one? The best one? The best one? Is either Last Straw. Is it Last Straw or Cabin Fever? I ain't gonna lie. The dark green and light blue, man, bro, they was all good, low key. I remember Cabin Fever. That shit was tough. Hard Luck was good too. Not gonna lie. Long Calls, it was okay. But Cabin Fever, Last Straw, and Hard Luck, them shits, them was one of them. Them was the ones, bro.
Whenever our parents took away our phones or PS4s or whatever, it was just canon event to the fullest. And if you wasn't a guy, if you was a girl, you would probably read the Dork Diaries. I feel like guys also read the Big Nate books, stuff like.
Oh yeah, Big Nate too. Big Nate.
Like category genre. And I would always get those books at the Scholastic Book Fair too, bro. Cause like, whenever that boy Kenny cooked up a book, I ain't gonna lie.
Jeff Kenny, that nigga, bro.
Into them joints. I'm not gonna lie. But something that's also
his ass deserve millions.
You'll never go pro in the sport you love. You know, as a man,
this ain't really hit me yet. I was on the team though this year, getting buckets. Nah, I wasn't getting buckets because my whole ass coach was putting me in the games. If you seen this, fuck you.
I feel like this is actually the most heartbreaking thing you can go through. Because yeah, fumbling a 10 out of 10 is bad, but there will always be more fish in the sea. With your sport though, you only really get one chance at this. And once you finally had that moment of realization that you will never go pro in your sport, whether it's basketball, football, it's truly one of the most heartbreaking things you can ever go through. I remember I was a big basketball player back in middle school, and when I got to high school, I thought it was gonna be the same thing. And then one random day, Darius Garland pulled up to my local gym, and I realized very quickly that NBA was never.
Darius Garland, that bro.
So I thought, you know what, maybe if
it's Cotton. Niggas got the best handles in the league. Kyrie got the best handles, but I ain't gonna lie, it's a toss up between Curry and Darius Garland. Darius Garland probably got flashier moves, but I feel like Curry just got like a stronger handle. Like he got like a more effective. But Darius Garland, man, niggas be sleeping on Darius Garland, bro. Niggas been sleep on Darius Garland.
Go crazy in a good route leading up to my senior year. Well, I was a JV bench player, and I was good too. I was averaging like 20 points a game, but the coaches just didn't mess with me. But then I thought,
that's what I'm saying. Fuck these coaches. Fuck these coaches. Now I fuck with my varsity. Now he got fired. Fuck the freshman coach. That nigga a bitch. I hate that nigga. Bro. I hate that. I hate him. He fucking hold me. Bro, it was one practice. JV and varsity versus freshman. I'm with a freshman. I'm balling. I'm giving them niggas buckets. Giving them niggas straight buckets. I probably had like, we playing for like, I was in for like about 7-8 minutes. Nigga, I had like 14, 17 points. His ass still put me in the game. Them niggas was not. I was the best nigga on that freshman team. I'm not gonna get started because I never stop. Just play the video. I've never stopped.
Maybe the coaches are just, you feel me, purely hating on me, which they were. But then I thought, you know what? Maybe I need to transfer somewhere to get more PT. Maybe that's what I really needed. And then I realized that I was never finna grow past the height of 5'9". Yeah, I haven't grown since freshman year. So yeah, I'm basically trying to say I'm fried. But every man has to go through that phase to realize they're just a regular guy. Just because every motivational speaker tells you that you can do whatever you want in this life doesn't mean you actually can do it. I'm just keeping it real. Because I'm sorry, buddy, if you're 5'4" and you're trying to be an NBA basketball player in this economy, in this league, I'm gonna be honest, brother, we have Wimby's playing point guard, bro. You're not Muggsy Bogues, bro. Another tough realization that we've all been through. Realizing that you're in the friend zone. And I don't care who you think you is. We've all been in this category.
Yeah, look, that's facts.
Once, if we were a good enough friend to a girl, that she would eventually crack and decide to settle down with us. But another canon event that we've all been through is realizing that that's not how life works. Matter of fact, she actually knows that you like her. Yeah, she doesn't care, and she'll still use you for free car rides, free money, free food, and free attention. This is one of the
that ain't happened to me.
You have to learn as a man, but every man has to go through it. I remember I was 13 and there was this girl I liked, and she broke her foot. So I offered literally carry her around the school because we were just good friends. She actually ended up getting pregnant by another guy at 13, but that's a different story.
That shit ain't happen to me. That ain't no Canada event. That's only you, nigga.
But another pain.
That's only you, nigga.
Going to the bathroom in a public setting and not knowing the urinal rule. And every single guy watching this video knows exactly what I'm talking about. I remember I was a kid. I was at my school, and it was like a student.
It was some nigga. Bruh, I'm taking a piss. He was gonna go right next to me and try to talk to me, bruh. Like, bruh, I'm just trying to pee, bruh. Stop talking to me. And he genuinely try to strike up a conversation. Like, bro.
Student teacher day or whatever.
Talking to me.
For some reason, the parents were on campus. And I walked into the bathroom and there was a grown ass man using the left urinal. And
yeah, every time it's like, imagine this nigga on the farthest urinal. It's like one right here, empty one, another empty one, and another empty one. You always gotta get the farthest one. Because you can't stand right next to the nigga. And when it's open urinals available, you always gotta be the farthest away from another nigga to fucking pee. Cause that's just weird. And even if you say right here, even right here, that's kinda, it's acceptable, but you can always do better. So I would rather go the farthest one.
In the middle,
that's just me though.
And according to the urinal rule, if there's 3 urinals, you have to use the left, you have to use the right. And
see, you can't, like, bro, bro, if a nigga, he might as well just be, bro. The urinal is kind of close. I feel like if you peeing, if this nigga in the green shirt start peeing, it'll blast on the nigga in the blue. They shit close.
The one's the only one available. You wait your turn, unless they have blockers and binders where you don't gotta see another man's pee. But as a kid, I didn't know that, so I ended up using the middle one.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not waiting, bro. I'm not waiting.
What this man gave me was a look of absolute disgust. I'm not gonna lie. And as soon as he got done pissing, turned to me, patted me on the back, and said, "Son,
don't pat me on the back.
You never." done pissing, turned to me, patted me on the back, and said, "Son, heads up, whenever you use the bathroom, you never piss right beside another man." I've never seen that man ever again, but I thank that man for truly changing my life. But this is one of those rules that once you learn it, never forget it, or else niggas will clown you. Something else that we've all been through in the bathroom, though, is being around that one kid who decides to just pull down his whole pants just to take a little piss in the urinal.
It was a little sped kid in my class who did that, bro.
Usually it would be the special ed.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like, brother, please have some common sense. That's such a great statement. Usually they would be farting too, and they would just thinking this. But at the same time, we've all done it when we was younger, and then we had a grown man walk into the bathroom and instruct us to never do that again, and then we changed our ways. Something that we haven't changed as guys is number 11 or 12, I don't know at this point. Putting your hands in your pants for warmth on an ice cold freezing day. This one
I don't do that.
All done. I'm actually doing it right now. I'm not gonna lie. And no matter if you want to be honest or deny it, we've all done it. Let's just keep it real. And it's amazing. It's one of the most.
I did it one time, but like
you get to put your hand next to life. It's amazing. I don't know. It's just vibey. Here's the thing with this. You got to be very careful where you do this at, because doing it while nobody's around is cool. But if you're in a crowded room space and you just got your hands in your pants, like, brother, who raised you? That's where the creep allegations come in, and you don't want that. They don't understand, but at the same time, let be classy. But speaking of balls, the next canon event that we've all been through is chilling around the house playing GTA or Fortnite or something, and then all of a sudden, randomly, you just feel a sharp pain in your balls, and you just start clenching them. You start grabbing them. You start praying to God.
I be thinking it's over, bro.
Have kids again. You start wondering if you have cancer, or maybe you got an STD, or maybe if you gooned too much. I don't know what you did. And then after it goes away, you immediately get on your knees and pray to God, promising him you would never jerk off again if he heals your pain. And then 3 nights later, you end up jerking off again. But hey, game is game. But after you goon, you get a negative feeling. You feel shame. You promise to God you will never do it again, yet you feel defeated. See, this right here is what we call post-nut clarity, which is the next canon event, and probably the most popular one, because the only time that you won't feel this is after the first one you do. Back when you were most likely younger, which is sick, honestly. It's sad that so many little kids are gooning, but it's whatever, I guess. And after that first goon, you felt alive. You felt like you just discovered the greatest thing on earth. Then after that second one, you really quickly realized that you just formed and started an addiction that you will be very lucky to get out of. There's downhill, and you just keep on getting more downhill until you eventually stop and become a better human being, which a lot of y'all haven't done. Let's just keep it real. At the same time, though, you will never escape post-nut clarity, even though I had one homie who did it like 10 times a day, and apparently he just stopped having it.
What?
He also looked very depressed, so I think he just had it permanently. You already know what I'm finna say, though. Game is game, jizzle is jizzle, and don't fiddle your pickle. Let's get to it. But it's a part of being a man, and game is game.
Is that a common catchphrase he say? That should not it.
Would never be feasible to that average gooning man. And you do that as soon as you get into the next canon event, aka semen retention. Every single man has gone through this. I don't care what y'all say. We've all gone through semen retention. We thought that by holding our seed, we would turn into spiritual soul or something. In all reality, you kind of do. I'm not gonna lie. You kind of get superpowers. You feel like you can move mountains, start thinking more clearly. You start getting more ideas. There's really no negative to holding your seed. And then we eventually all fail. But at the same time, we keep on going. But the first time you go on this path, you think you're a superior human being, though. You think you're better than everybody because you can hold your seed, and you call all of the regular 1 to 2 time a week gooners peasants in your eyes. You think they're just weak, inferior beings, and that's just how you will think until you eventually become one of them again. Game is game. But the last canon event I want to talk about is video games falling off as you get older. This one's more of a maturity thing.
Yeah, low key.
I don't know if it's just me, but like, video games just aren't as fun anymore. Like, the only games I play now is NCAA, and it's really just to cool down and just.
Back in the fucking day, nigga used to sneak on. Nigga used to sneak on past his bedtime to play Roblox. I don't do that shit no more. I don't sneak on the game no more. I just sneak on watching YouTube. I think that's what, bro. It's nothing better. It's not a better feeling than sneaking on the game. And you hear your mom come in, you gotta quickly just turn all your shit off. It's like, it's the thrill, it's the excitement of almost getting caught that just is just 10 out of 10. It's not a lot of things that's beating that feeling. But since you older, or since I'm older, I don't really get that feeling no more. Only time I get that feeling is when I'm sneaking on watching YouTube when I can, and I can't. But I don't do that for the game. It's not that much good games. Fortnite, I gotta talk about Fortnite ruined gaming. Cause every game got a battle pass, every game got a weak ass little item shop with some shitty ass virtual currency. Like every game you play has some sort of battle pass, and it's all because of Fortnite. Not a lot of people talk about that enough, bruh. I feel like if somebody I might have to search that up to try to react to that, because Fortnite really ruined gaming.
Beat my friends. I'm not gonna lie. I can't get immersed in a game nowadays like I did back when I was younger. Maybe it's because I got responsibilities, or maybe it's just because games fell off. I don't know what it is, but it's kind of sad. Hopefully GTA 6 can bring that back out of me. But till then, we will see. But I feel like every man kind of goes through this, and if you didn't, shouts out to you. But hey, go ahead and tell me anything I missed.
Still be on the game now. I ain't even gonna lie.
Very entertaining too. I'll be doing yaps, vlogs, challenges. It's crazy. It's fire. It's blowing up right now.
Also, post Cloudy here. Go tap into my Discord. We have a very thriving community, and I know you will love it. And plus, if you love